Well, hey there, it's Catherine. Welcome to today's video. I've been on a roll with Kiss cards because I've been making lots of thank you cards so I can package them up and put them in sets to give to teachers for end of the year gifts. Some of you have asked me how I'm going to package them up. I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to wrap them in tissue paper and then just put them in a cello bag with a ribbon and a tag. It'll be pretty easy to do and it will be a nice presentation. So I'm getting to the end now, just a few days left for my big girls in school. So I need some more Kiss cards, or I need more thank you cards. And when I do Kiss cards, keep it simple, stamper. I usually make quite a few of them. I used to do 4 and now I've been doing like more than that. It's easy to mass produce and make a bunch at once as long as you're making one. And a lot of times I can't stamp the same card twice, so I tweak up my design a little bit, showing you different options. So let's meet at the stamp table for today's project. I'm going to use the Hello There stamp set and coordinating die by Neat and Tangled and this fun border set by SugarPea Designs. I'm going to start out by cutting my cardstock. I have a piece of white cardstock right here. My layers are going to be 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So let's start out by cutting it in half, and then we can cut 2 at a time and cut them at 4 1/4. And I guess I am going to make 4 cards this time. We'll set these aside because I'm sure I can use these for die cutting. I use 3 colors by Paper Trey Ink, Simply Chartreuse, Berry Sorbet, and Ocean Tides. And I'm going to stamp the greeting right across the bottom. And I'm going to do it on all 4 before moving to the next ink color. I clean my stamp and now move to Ocean Tides, and I'm going to stamp it right above the first line of Just Wanted to Say. And I'm scooting it over a little bit so that it doesn't start and end at the same place. Last color is Berry Sorbet. The next part I'm going to do just a little border. I'm going to line up my card base at the 1-inch line. I've already kind of measured this out and figured out where I want the background stamp to stamp. Just doing it right at the bottom, a little bit of space below it. And I'm going to stamp these on all 4 card bases. So I have all my bases stamped and the cards folded. I'm going to now move on to the next step. I'm just going to take the Berry Sorbet and sponge it on top of a layer. I'm going to cut this into strips and use it to embellish the front. I'm just going to use small strips. I'm not too worried about making it super smooth and even. I just need a little bit of color on this cardstock. Then I'm going to cut it into, I think 1/2-inch strips. Or maybe a little less than half. The next step is to cut out our hellos. I have some Simply Chartreuse cardstock by Paper Trey Ink, and if you don't have matching or coordinating cardstock, you can just do the sponging like I did for those strips. Or you can use a neutral color like black. Now I have all of the elements ready for my card, my hellos, my stamped piece, my little accent, all my stamped layers, or the card base I mean, and I'm going to just quickly assemble these. They'll be pretty easy, just a little bit of liquid glue, dot, not a lot. I may be adding a teeny bit too much, but we'll see. And we'll just layer these right on top. Now I will have another video up on Stamp Nation using words, kind of like I did here, but in a different way. And Ingrid just did a tutorial on using words for collaging. It was really cool. She had so many different ideas. Oops, sorry about the dog. All right, so those are all ready, and then I'm gonna do the same with this stamped layer. I'm leaving just a little room between my layers just for some added interest, and I'm noticing, guess what, I cut these too long, so I'll just let the liquid glue dry a bit and then I'll just trim that off with my paper cutter. So now I've added just a little bit of liquid glue to the back of each of these hellos. You can place it pretty much wherever you want. You can do it up here, you can do, I'm seeing I missed a little bit of inking right there, so, well, I'm not really gonna be able to cover that up, so we'll just add it there. Now leave me a comment below. Would you guys leave these as is? Would you add some embellishments? I will show you a couple little different ideas. And if you're on YouTube, be sure to head over to my blog so you can see this blog post. I'll list all of the supplies there and also have photos. A couple different ways you can embellish this. I have a little tiny flower. This came from the Friendly Flowers from the very first stamp of approval back last August. We're going to do a center, so I just did this from Simply Chartreuse. And then with that die, there's a little center, or a little circle that you can use as a center. So I used some more of this sponged paper that I had done for this piece here and just cut out the little circles from there. So that looks pretty cute. And then another way is if you have little dots like this, and I just so happen to have ones that kind of coordinate. So we'll use a few of those. If you have sequins, you can also use those. If you guys have any other ideas of how to embellish, I would love to hear it. Leave me a comment in the comment section. We all have something to share and learn from each other. Love when you guys pipe in. Thanks for being here. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And oh, hold on. I did another one here, a different color combination. So hope you guys enjoyed these cards. Be sure to hop over to my blog, get on my newsletter if you're not already, and I will see you again soon.